Translation. Although a sannyasi, he does not take interest in the study of Vedanta, but instead always engages in chanting and dancing in Sankirtana. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Fortunately or unfortunately, we also meet such Mayavadis who criticize our method of chanting and accuse us of not being interested in study. They do not know that we have translated volumes and volumes of books into English and that the students in our temples regularly study them in the morning, afternoon and evening. We are writing and printing books and our students study them and distribute them all over the world. No Mayavadi school can present as many books as we have. Nevertheless, they accuse us of not being fond of study. Such accusations are completely false, but although we study, we do not study the nonsense of the Mayavadis. Mayavadi sannyasis neither chant nor dance. Their technical objection is that this method of chanting and dancing is called Tauryatrika, which indicates that a sannyasi should completely avoid such activities and engage his time in the study of Vedanta. Actually, such men do not understand what is meant by Vedanta. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo Vedanta krit veda videha chaham. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. Bhagavad Gita 15:15. Lord Krishna is the actual compiler of Vedanta, and whatever he speaks is Vedanta philosophy. Although they are lacking the knowledge of Vedanta presented by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental form of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mayavadis are very proud of their study. Foreseeing the bad effects of their presenting Vedanta philosophy in a perverted way, Srila Vyasadeva compiled Srimad Bhagavatam as a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhashyam Brahma Sutranam. In other words, all the Vedanta philosophy in the codes of the Brahma Sutras is thoroughly described in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thus, the factual propounder of Vedanta philosophy is a Krishna-conscious person who always engages in reading and understanding Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and teaching the purport of these books to the entire world. The Mayavadis are very proud of having monopolized the Vedanta philosophy, but devotees have their own commentaries on Vedanta, such as Srimad Bhagavatam and others written by the Acharyas. The commentary of the Gaudiya Acharyas is the Govinda Bhashya. The Mayavadis' accusation that devotees do not study Vedanta is false. They do not know that chanting, dancing, and preaching the principles of Srimad Bhagavatam, called Bhagavata Dharma, are the same as studying Vedanta. Since they think that reading Vedanta philosophy is the only function of a sannyasi, and they do not find Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in such direct study, they criticize the Lord. Sripad Shankaracharya has given special stress to the study of Vedanta philosophy. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sada Ramantaha Kaupinavantaha Kalu Bhagyavantaha. A sannyasi accepting the renounced order very strictly and wearing nothing more than a loincloth should always enjoy the philosophical statements in the Vedanta Sutra. Such a person in the renounced order is to be considered very fortunate. The Mayavadis in Varanasi blasphemed Lord Chaitanya because his behavior did not follow these principles. Lord Chaitanya, however, bestowed his mercy upon these Mayavadi sannyasis and delivered them by means of his Vedanta discourses with Prakashananda Saraswati and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, since half of my face is paralyzed. So I can have someone repeat what I say. if you want. Who needs a repetition? Raise your hand. So, this verse, purport, tells us how the Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. I was with Srila Prabhupada when he went to the Vinoda Balde conference on the Bhagavad Gita and in Wardha, Maharashtra. He was doing Mona, so he was not speaking. And he had Prabhupada as a guest, and one Chidananda, who was on Mayavadi. So Prabhupada had the devotees chant Hare Krishna, and then he spoke. So when he chanted, all the people were very enthused. They also clapped their hands, and they also chanted along with Srila Prabhupada and the devotees. Afterwards, I forget afterwards or before, he had his ashramites chant Bhagavad Gita, one chapter. So then Chidananda, it was his turn to speak. So since everybody had chanting, he wanted to chant something. But my devotees generally don't chant. So he made up something. He started chanting, Cha Chidananda Krishna Paramatma Om Satchidananda Krishna Paramatma Om. Probably said, this is very offensive. He told everybody to just chant. So all of us got our kartals and Jagari started chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So then, Chidananda said he was defeated. Anyway, the impersonalists, they think that the devotees are actually in Maya and that they are transcendental. But the devotees are actually completely absorbed in spiritual life. So, the Mayavadis, they don't understand about Krishna. And their goal is just to merge in the Brahmajyoti, which the devotees don't want it all. They don't want merging. In fact, the Sahoja Mukti, or merging, is something the devotees never want. The demons who are killed by Krishna, they can get this Sahoja Mukti. And the impersonalists, they also achieve that. So Lord Chaitanya, he said that Mayavadi hoy, Krishna Paradi. The Mayavadis are offenders of Lord Krishna. So, on the request of his devotees in Benares, he was going to especially to give out mercy to these Mayavadi sannyasis. Although he took his initiation in the mantra line from Ishwar Puri, the celebrated disciple of Madhavendra Puri, he took sannyas from Keshav Bharati, who was in the he took sannyas from the Shankarites, because at that time in North India, Shankarites were the only sannyasis, and only in South India did they have the other sannyasis. Of course, when Lord Chaitanya took his sannyas, he asked Keshav Bharati, "Are you going to give me this mantra?" And he called him over and told him the Vaishnava mantra. And then Keshav Bharati said, "Yes." And he gave that mantra to him. So actually Lord Chaitanya gave him the mantra and he gave it back. And that mantra we still use today. It's a secret mantra, otherwise I'll tell you. If you want to find out, take sannyas. So, in this way, the Mayavadis, they are always against Lord Krishna, like the demons. One Mayavadi, he was asked in a program that it seems the Hare Krishna devotees are very healthy, chanting Hare Krishna and Hare Ram. He said, no, don't think that they are healthy, chanting Hare Krishna and Hare Ram. This is a false idea. False. They are healthy because of the voids. The voids in the names. It's the voids that make them happy. Voids. Voids.
Voids between the names.
I don't know how we chant. Sometimes the voice there's no voids. Anyway, why just the voids between Hare Krishna and Hare Ram? Why not the voids between other names? So, like this, for nothing, the Mayavadis would like to find some criticism. So, Bhagavatam tells us so many stories, pastimes about the Lord. What do you think now? You want a repetition? Or you still understand? Who wants a repetition? Who wants a repetition? Is that too nice?
I understand, but I don't know. Can you repeat?
Yeah, here, one right hand.
Okay, speak up.
So, this month is the book marathon,
This month is the book marathon,
and these books are very special.
and these books are very special.
As we see that we read these books, and these books contain so many pastimes.
When we receive and read this book, these books contains many pastimes.
So the activities of the Lord, His name, His qualities, all are transcendental.
Activities of the Lord, His name, qualities are all transcendental.
So that the Mayavadis, they don't appreciate this of the Lord.
So the Mayavadis, they don't appreciate this of the Lord.
So they like to read Jnana,
They like to read Jnana,
philosophical speculations,
philosophical speculations.
and they can only achieve the impersonal truth.
And they can only achieve the impersonal truth.
So we are practicing Bhakti Yoga.
So we're trying to give Bhakti Yoga. Practice.
And Bhakti Yoga means we develop our natural, loving relationship with Krishna.
Bhakti Yoga means we develop our natural lovely relationship with Krishna.
Mostly people are sleeping
Mostly people are sleeping
to their spiritual life,
in their spiritual life,
and they're very active in their material life,
and they're very active in their material life,
but they don't put in much priority to their spiritual life.
but they don't put their priorities in their spiritual life.
So, these books cause a revolution in their thinking.
So these books cause a revolution in their thinking.
See, for devotees, our spiritual practice is not just something we do on Sunday for 1 hour.
You see, for the devotees, our spiritual practice is not something that we do on Sunday for a few hours.
It's something we do every day.
It's something we do every day.
It's part of our life.
It's part of our life.
And our relationship with Krishna
It's our relationship with Krishna.
is something individual,
It's something individual,
personal,
personal,
and spiritual.
and spiritual.
And our relationship with Prabhupada is similar.
And our relationship with Srila Prabhupada is similar.
So Prabhupada, he was especially mandated.
So Prabhupada was especially very,
He was mandated, he was ordered to present Krishna consciousness around the world.
Srila Prabhupada was mandated to present Krishna consciousness around the world.
This was predicted by Krishna in the Brahma Bharata Purana.
This was predicted by Krishna in the Bharata Purana.
It was also predicted by Lord Chaitanya in the Chaitanya Mangal.
It was also predicted by Lord Chaitanya in the Chaitanya Mangal.
So, by Bhaktivinoda Thakur,
By Bhaktivinoda Thakur,
that there would be someone
there will be someone
who would spread
who will spread
the message of Lord Chaitanya
the message of Lord Chaitanya.
all over the world.
Evil.
So we see that the first to do that most extensively was Srila Prabhupada.
The first to do that extensively was Srila Prabhupada.
Therefore, he was the person that was predicted.
So therefore, he was predicted. He was the person that was predicted.
We would like to, some people are asking why Lord Chaitanya is not more famous.
Some people ask me why Lord Chaitanya is not famous. He's not more famous.
And it's our fault
It's our fault.
that it's for us to do,
For us to do.
to spread the glories of Lord Chaitanya.
To spread the glories of Lord Chaitanya.
And Prabhupada, he also said,
And Prabhupada he also said,
work now,
work now,
samadhi later.
samadhi later.
But there are many, see, Kali doesn't want this movement to spread.
But there are many, Kali, you see Kali doesn't want the movement to be spread.
So he tries various ways how to stop it.
So he tried various ways how to stop it.
Bhakti Umrishtavat, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said
Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said
that after about 200 years of Lord Chaitanya's movement,
that after about like 200 years of Lord Chaitanya's movement,
there was a sadhu
there was a sadhu
who was actually the incarnation
who was actually the reincarnation
of,
Rupa.
he was the Guru of the demons, Shukracharya.
He was the reincarnation of Shukracharya.
And that Shukracharya had been blinded in one eye by Vamanadev.
Shukracharya was hooked in one eye by Vamanadev.
So he said that he owed one back to Lord Vishnu.
So he wanted to give it back to Lord Vishnu.
So he came and spread the Sahaja Dharma.
So he came and spread the Sahaja Dharma.
And there are still Babaji's, others who are trying to spread this amongst the devotees.
And there still are some Babajis, some people that want to spread this among the devotees.
So you should be very careful
So we should be very careful
not to succumb to their enticements.
not to succumb to their advertisement. Enticement.
So they preach that you can be a Sakhi or you can be some Rajavasi just by imagining it.
They preach that you can be a Saki and a Brajavasi just by imagining.
And you have this Naranaris,
And they have these Naranaris,
and men who wear bangles and stuff.
that they wear bangles and stuff.
They want to get the mood of the Sakhis.
They start to making the movement of the Sakis dancing.
And they also Sakhi Dekis,
And they also are Saki Bekis,
men that wear saris.
that they wear saris.
and
Men wearing saris.
they call it something else in the West. But actually
They call it something else in the West.
they want to extend, they think that by changing their external dress,
I think that by changing their external dress,
they can realize what it's like to be a Saki.
they can realize what it's like to be a Saki.
You see, all these things are simply ways of Kali to get us distracted.
You see, all the things are different ways of Kali to get us distracted.
When Krishna wants us to be his associate in Gokul,
You see, when Krishna wants us to be his associates in Gokul,
we'll take birth in Gokul.
we will take birth in Gokul.
And that universe where Krishna is realizing his pastimes.
And that is a place where Krishna is realizing, performing his pastimes.
Just like the wives of the Brahmanas.
Just like the wife of the Brahmanas.
They were almost there, almost, not quite.
They were almost there, almost last life.
Not quite. Not quite.
Not quite. Not quite.
So they couldn't be associated with Krishna
So they could not associate with Krishna
directly in Gokul.
directly in Gokul.
Because he said, you're Brahmanis, I'm a call her.
Because he said, you're Brahmanis, I'm a cowboy boy.
So we can appreciate these pastimes of Krishna.
So we can appreciate these pastimes of Krishna.
But now we need to try to satisfy Prabhupada and Krishna,
But now we need to try to satisfy Prabhupada and Krishna.
to satisfy Nitai Gaur.
To satisfy Nitai Gaur.
You see here there are Nitai Gaur, sometimes devotees miss.
So you see here there are Nitai Gaur. Sometimes the devotees miss.
But by that mercy we get the mercy of Radha and Gokulananda,
But by their mercy we get the mercy of Radha Gokulananda.
and the mercy of Sitaram, Lakshman, and Hanuman.
And the mercy of Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. Sisi Gaur Nitai ki Jai.
So in the Chaitanya Bhagavat,
So in the Chaitanya Bhagavat,
there's one of the first verses is
one of the first verses is
Adya Tiha Lila Kodi Gorarai. Adya Tiha Lila Kodi Gorarai. Khana Khana Bhagavan Tikhi
kind of the fifth.
Even today, the pastimes of Sri Gauranga are going on.
Even today the pastimes of Sri Gauranga are going on.
Those who are very fortunate,
Those who are very fortunate,
they can see them.
they can see them.
So, my realization is that those who are going out and doing this book distribution,
So my realization is that those who are going on doing book distribution,
of course, those who did the Tamil program,
of course those also who did the Damodar program,
this is the modern day pastimes of Lord Chaitanya.
this is the modern day pastimes of Lord Chaitanya.
Hari Bol. When I was in Los Angeles for 6 months,
When I was in LA for 6
See, normally, when I got attacked in Madrid, I came here to Bhaktivedanta Manor and took shelter.
So you see, when I was attacked in Madrid, I came here to the Bhaktivedanta Manor and took shelter.
And still, the president is very kind. He says, "Welcome home."
And still today, the president is very kind and he told me, "Welcome home."
So this is one of the few places I stayed for a long time.
So this is one of the few places I stayed for a long time.
And other place is in Los Angeles.
Otherwise, was not Los Angeles.
So there, one book distributor
There, one book distributor
approached me.
approached me.
"What can I do for you?"
What can I do for you?
I didn't want to stop her book distribution.
I didn't want to stop his book distribution.
So I told the devotee, "Please tell me a pastime of book distribution."
So I told him, "Please tell me a pastime of book distribution."
So you only one pastime per day.
So he told me one pastime per day.
All right. So now I'm owed about 450.
Sorry, I missed it.
I'm owed 450.
I'm owed 450
But
pastime.
so whenever I see that devotee, I hear a bunch of pastimes and get the debt reduced.
So whenever I see this devotee, I hear a bunch of pastimes and I make my debt to reduce. I reduce my debt.
But here, it is nice also to hear some book distribution pastimes.
But here will be nice also to hear some book distribution pastimes.
I heard there's so many now, it's difficult. I heard many, now it's difficult to say specific ones.
To say, I heard many, so now it's difficult to say specific ones.
There's one that sticks in my mind
Because the one that is sticking in my mind
from France,
from France,
which doesn't really involve a devotee.
that which doesn't really involve the devotee.
Someone was feeling very frustrated,
Someone was feeling very frustrated.
and he prayed, "It is a God, please help me. My life is so bad."
He said, "Please, if there is a God, please help me. My life is so bad."
And then he decided, "I'll go out fishing,
And then he decided, I go out preaching.
fishing."
Fishing.
So he cast his date in the water body.
So he caught a fish in the...
No, he cast his date, what I say. And then he got a very healthy fish. Healthy fish.
And then he got a healthy fish.
Okay, so there's a lot here to understand. Can't love. And then he with great difficulty, he brought out, and it was a box.
And then with great difficulty he rolled, round, and then was a
Box.
box.
It was a box.
It was a box.
It was not a fish. And was that a healthy fish?
Not a happy fish, it was a box.
Healthy fish, all the others are healthy.
The happy fish were swimming.
So, he opened the box, and inside was Bhagavad Gita as it is.
He opened the box and inside was a Bhagavad Gita as it is.
And he read the Bhagavad Gita,
He read the Bhagavad Gita
and he became a devotee.
and he became a devotee.
You see, time.
Time.
Like Lord Chaitanya, he went around South India for 6 years.
So Lord Chaitanya went around India for 6 years. South India for 6 years. Sorry.
He also went to North India
He also went to North India.
and Benares. He met these Mayavadi sannyasis.
Benares where he met the Mayavadi sannyasis.
He went to Prague,
He went to Prayag.
and he went to Vrindavan.
He went to Vrindavan.
He also said he went to Dwarka,
Also said he went to Dwarka,
but that's not so well documented.
but this is not so well documented.
So he went in the Charikanda forest.
So when he went to the Jarikanda forest,
He got the animals to chant dance.
he met the animals and made them chant and dance.
When he went to South India,
When he went to South India,
he would tell people, he would tell
the people,
Jayapataka Swami Krishna Pradesh. Whoever you meet,
whoever you meet,
tell them the message of Krishna.
tell them about the glories of Krishna.
So, how much time people can give?
How much time people can give.
They're very a fast life.
Very,
They're leading a fast life,
and living a fast life.
so they don't have much time.
So they don't have much time,
But they have time to read books
but they have time to read books.
in the subways, in buses,
And the subways, buses,
airplanes,
airplanes,
homes.
home.
So, still we sell books.
So we should sell books.
They give out these books.
We should give out the books.
Sometimes people like to download the books,
Sometimes people like to download the books.
and so you can have the addresses, the websites where they can download.
So you can have the addresses and the websites where you can download.
Maybe the temple can have that. And that way you can also get their details.
So maybe the temple have that so you can get the details.
Anyway,
Anyway,
somehow
somehow
we like to give the devotees, still today, the books are taken, so we like to give them books.
So sometimes I like to give the devotees until today books
No, the people.
to the people.
So, you're very fortunate. In some countries, it's quite difficult to import books.
So you're very lucky. In some countries it's very difficult to distribute books.
like where Shidal is.
and where Shivalava lives.
So here, people from all religions, all backgrounds, they can also take Srila Prabhupada books.
So here people from all religions, all backgrounds, they can take Srila Prabhupada books.
And they can read them.
They can read them.
And they can get some idea
They can get some idea
how great Krishna is.
how great Krishna is.
So, actually, I was recently reading again, I don't know how many times, Krishna book, and then the 10th canto.
So actually I was reading again, I don't know how many times, Krishna book, the 10th canto.
And Krishna is so wonderful.
And Krishna is so wonderful.
Lord Chaitanya is so wonderful
Lord Chaitanya is so wonderful.
that we are very fortunate that we can engage in some devotional service to them.
So that we are very fortunate that we can engage in some devotional service to them.
You see how the devotees who get these intimate services to Krishna,
You see the devotees that get this intimate service to Krishna,
they have to pass many tests.
they have to pass many tests.
And so somehow, by Prabhupada's mercy, if we follow Lord Chaitanya, we get special mercy very easily.
So somehow, if we follow Lord Chaitanya, we get special mercy very easily.
Somehow we're supposed to think all the time about Krishna and not forget him.
Sometimes we should think all the time about Krishna and not forget him. Somehow, not sometimes, sorry, somehow.
And that's the first recommendation in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
That's the recommendation in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
If you can't do that,
If you can't do that,
then they do the regulated program
then we do the regulated program,
of sadhana bhakti.
sadhana bhakti.
So naturally, most devotees do sadhana bhakti,
Naturally, most of the devotees do sadhana bhakti.
but gradually they awaken their natural love for Lord Krishna.
But naturally, they are awakening their natural love for Lord Krishna.
And for this, we should avoid Vaishnava parats and other offenses.
So for this, we should avoid Vaishnava Parada and other offenses.
So that giving also our energy to think how to spread the Sankirtan movement, how to serve Srila Prabhupada dinner. This is a special way to rise up.
So we save our energy in how to spread this Krishna consciousness movement, how to serve Srila Prabhupada better.
That there's two levels of sadhana bhakti
So there are two levels of sadhana bhakti
mentioned in the nectar of devotion.
mentioned in the nectar of devotion.
First level is very strictly following the rules and regulations.
First level is very strictly follow the rules and regulations.
The second level
The second level,
is trying to improve it,
try to improve it,
trying to do something special
try to do something special
to give our energy to Krishna.
to give our energy to Krishna.
That's called Raghuva Bhakti
It's called Raganuga
or
Bhakti
spontaneous devotion.
or spontaneous devotion.
We're trying to do something extraordinarily nice.
We try to do something extraordinarily nice.
So, devotees, if they do that stage, then they can get ecstatic love of Krishna.
So the devotees, if they do that stage, they can get ecstatic love for Krishna.
And that gradually gets into pure love of Krishna.
And that gradually gets into pure love of Krishna.
As we get the mercy.
If we get the mercy.
So devotees, if we just practice without trying to do something special,
For the devotees, if we just practice without trying to do something special,
it takes a long time.
it takes a long time.
But if we do something special,
But if we do something
if
special,
we try to improve our service,
we try to improve our service,
then we can awaken the ecstatic love of Krishna right there.
then we can awake our ecstatic love for Krishna very fast.
So, Bhakti Sadhusha is something that naturally we give our entire self for.
So book distribution is something that naturally too much is natural.
So, I have to end here to set time. So please, are there any questions or comments?